Emma Raducanu chose not to compete in the qualifying event at this week's Cincinnati Open. Emma Raducanu's decision to skip the qualifying tournament at the Cincinnati Open has been addressed. The Brit had a positive week in Washington but failed to make the main draw at the WTA 1000 events in Canada and Cincinnati and opted not to compete in the preliminary rounds. Her coach's sister has now shed light on Raducanu's reason for returning home to train in the UK instead of getting more matches in ahead of the US Open. Raducanu's ranking was too low to get into this week's Cincinnati Open, and she did not receive a wild card as they went to Caroline Wozniacki, Bianca Andreescu, Peyton Stearns, and Caroline Dolehide. She wasn't the only Grand Slam champion snubbed for a wild card. Naomi Osaka didn't get one either. But the world number one traveled to Ohio to compete in the qualifying event where she lost in the second round. It raised some questions about why Raducanu didn't want to play qualifiers for all-important match time going into the final Grand Slam of the season. Naomi Cavaday, the sister of Raducanu's current coach Nick Cavaday, has now explained the thinking behind her choice to skip the tournament altogether. Naomi was calling another Cincinnati Open match when co-commentator Laura Robson asked, "I was going to ask you actually, with your brother being her coach, why was there the decision to not play qualifying?" The sister of Raducanu's coach replied, "I think viewing it as extra matches, she got some wins in Washington, pretty happy with the level, body feeling it a touch, trying to keep that managed." With some suggestions that Raducanu could be trying to avoid another injury, former British number one Robson explained that it was a difficult balancing act. "It's a tough one because you want to keep the momentum," she remarked.